played 3 years at Ole Miss before arriving here. I was watching one of your press conferences, and you were talking about how it took a while to adjust to the United States and to the American game. I wonder now what it's like adjusting to the Canadian game and to Canada.
It's a bit different. Canada's actually not as bad. Canada's similar to Brisbane, where I'm from. Like, it's a city. It's not as drastic as the south of America. I actually feel more at home here. It's similar, like the city, the people. It's a more diverse community. So the actual community aspect isn't as difficult, but the field and the Canadian rules definitely have taken a little bit, especially the field size. As a punter, you got you really want to try and get outside the numbers, and when you got a big field like this, it's a bigger kick to get it over there, and the coach is really stressed on ball placement and stuff like that. So adjusting to that when I first got here was big. But now I look back at the college tape and I'm like, wow, those fields are so tiny. Mm-hmm. So no, it's been a good adjustment so far.
What about some of the stuff off the field? I know you're talking about in the States, just getting used to the way things people say, some of the food, kilos versus pounds, that kind of stuff. Is there stuff that stands out like that here?
Not as much, because they use kilos. I think they use kilos here. I actually don't know, but they use centimeters. They use kilometers when traveling. So all that stuff's chill. The food though, it's always the food. The food here is pretty good. I haven't tried a poutine yet, or a poutine, but I want to try one of those. But whenever I've gone out to eat, it's been amazing here so far.
I know you miss the oceans, but have you checked out the mountains yet?
We went up to Canmore and Banff last weekend, and we didn't do everything. I don't think you could do everything in a day, but no, that was beautiful. So definitely I'm going to try and get back up there as much as possible.
Was the CFL ever on your radar when you were kind of looking at your career and where you wanted to go?
Quite honestly, no. When I first started this whole football thing, there was no radar. I didn't even know about college football, and the original plan was to do 2 years of college. That was all the eligibility I had, and then just go back home and finish my degree. But we got a third year of eligibility. I did well. All of a sudden, a career afterwards opened up, whether that be NFL or CFL, and I was open to both. At the end of the day, I'm getting paid to hang outside and kick a football. Like, what more can I ask? So I'm very grateful that I was able to end up in the CFL.
So you started your first game on the weekend. How did it go?
I was more nervous than I was expecting to be. I thought, just be like another game of football, and once again those nerves come out, and especially now it's different because you're a pro, and that kind of pressure of like, all the guys are much older than me. I'm no longer the old guy in the locker room. I'm the young rookie, and so that sort of pressure, like wanting to prove myself and do well for my teammates. And but I think it went well. I was happy, and we had a good turnout and a good win.
Tell me about that first punt, a 67-yarder. You hit the 2-yard line, you kind of pin Hamilton in. But as I was walking by the sideline, I heard Renee say to you, next time you have to do that on purpose.
Yeah.
So was that a bit of a lucky mistake there?
That was a very lucky mistake. I mishit it, came off the side of the foot, and I was really worried it was going out of bounds at first. But then I saw the wind take it, and it curved back in. And then once I saw it bounce, I knew exactly where it was bouncing to, and I was just so grateful that I was able to, the nerves kicked in for the first one, but we were able to get it out the way, and the rest of the game was much smoother.
So you are a young guy, but you're surrounded by some pretty good leaders and veterans, and Renee and Aaron, Coach Craig. How has that been like, just learning from those guys?
It's been an adjustment. It's been great. They've been amazing, but I've learned that they don't accept the goofiness as much, the young silliness. So I've had to put a lid on that a little bit. But no, Renee, obviously 40, he's been doing this 14 years, and Aaron, I think this is his 11th year. So both those guys, just the knowledge they have in the game, and watching them come in and do their routine every day, it's like, I can do this. Like, this is something, like, these guys have built a great career, and it's nice looking up to them, and like, this is something I could do. And Coach Craig's been amazing as well. We're obviously in contact a lot before the draft, and now that I'm up here, he's been very helpful in my preparation and just little tidbits, and he's also was a specialist himself, so it's good him being able to watch me punt and give his advice on where I can get better.
And now that you have just that one game under your belt, I wonder how much more comfortable you are. Nerves are gone, I'm assuming, now heading into Toronto?
I don't think the nerves will ever truly go away, and obviously Toronto, a new city, a new stadium, a new place, and the Grey Cup champion. So each game I feel like there's going to be a little bit of added pressure, and I just hope I can just trust in my performance and go out and do the best I can.